These racing games have one thing in common. They're all good at one thing and one thing only. BeamNG though is starting to become an exception, and I'll show you how that's about to shake up the racing game industry. Right, because you clicked this video probably already knowing what BeamNG is, I'm not gonna explain any of that. In fact, I bet most of you already play Beam, and probably have a decent amount of hours on there. The thing is though, you might not understand what actually makes BeamNG as fun as it is. You see, what the developers have done here is a master plan that practically no other game developer can match. The first thing that is interesting to notice is that BeamNG has no direct competition. Forza Motorsport has Gran Turismo. Dirt Rally has WRC. But BeamNG, I'm not really sure here. The closest you could probably get is other open world games such as Forza Horizon, but also, you know, not really. So that on its own is a pretty huge marketing win for BeamNG, because this is what is called a monopoly. Right, but what makes it such a unique game, the only one in its class? Well, first and very unexpectedly, it's the physics. No other game has been able to simulate vehicle physics to such detail as BeamNG does, while also showing real-time vehicle damage, you know, such as crumpling and everything getting destroyed. But it's not all perfect. In some cases, specific road surfaces can feel a bit unrealistic or flat, and also the aerodynamic model is relatively bare bones, and also tire simulation is really not up to par. Oh wait, I think there's something coming in. This just in, we've just got an update right now here in Bremen, Germany, reporting live from the BeamNG headquarters. Rumors spread of a possible tire physics overhaul coming in the near future, as the BeamNG developers released a YouTube video demonstrating testing phases of ongoing tire physics development. Stay with us, cause we'll be back with more info as soon as we get updated. Right, so you see, while it still has loads of missing features, the devs are actively working, sort of going one by one, to fix all of them. Now, you know why you see so many people with 1,000+ hours on BeamNG? The reason's pretty simple. It's just sort of really hard to get bored of it. Just for example, look at how many people play Euro Truck Simulator, and all you do there is basically just sit in a truck and cruise. In BeamNG, you've got not only trucks, but also cars, vans, hell even planes. And cruising is far from the only option of things to do, although personally it's what I tend to do most often. I've recently had the chance to try BeamNG with a high quality VR headset, thanks to the awesome folks at PIMAX, who actually sent me one to try. This, what I've got on my head right now, is the PIMAX Crystal Light, and honestly, I've never been so impressed with a VR headset in my life. The best thing is that it's not even their best headset. It's got 2880 by 2880 pixels per eye, and that's like 3.5 times as much as my widescreen monitor, to put it in perspective. And also, it doesn't stop here, it's the easiest thing to set up. You just plug it in, download the PIMAX Play app, and you're basically good to go. You don't even need any sort of base stations, because it's got built-in tracking. And also, most importantly, there's no need to have a NASA PC, because of its variable refresh rates that actually go up to 120Hz if you push it. And playing BeamNG with the Crystal Light is just, I mean, it changes the whole experience. I've seen people using eye tracking or massive triple screen setups, which is nice, but you know, this is just better. And probably for a better price as well. You can get this Crystal Light for 825 euros in total, which for a headset of this quality is just unmatched. So if you want to experience BeamNG to its fullest extent, just check out the link in the pinned comment down below. And if you pair a VR headset with a force feedback wheel, pedals and a shifter, it's seriously just like inches away from driving a real car. The only thing missing then is the actual motion, which actually if you have a full motion rig, you can also sort of simulate that. And I'm jealous of you, and you should send one over. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make here is that as more regulations on combustion vehicles are imposed, inevitably driving will get less enjoyable. And even though people are now realizing that it may not come as quickly as governments, especially here in Europe, promised, more people are going to move to driving games as a way of enjoying cars. And BeamNG is exactly on the right track to allow everyone to do whatever they would be able to do with real cars. Now, BeamNG has one disadvantage still when comparing to other AAA racing games, and that is the relatively small developer team. They say they have around 70 employees, which is actually awesome. But as an example, Polyphony Digital, the people who make Gran Turismo, have around 300 developers. Which, imagine what BeamNG could do with that. Technically though, BeamNG actually has thousands upon thousands of unofficial developers, otherwise known as modders. Right from the initial release, when the dev team was a fraction of what it is today, they knew that when players could not only request new features, but also add them themselves, and learn about how the game is made in the process, this would make the game almost explode with new content. And it would build a very strong community. There's some kind of charm to the BeamNG community overall that I feel like the other games can't match. There's this sort of patriotism. And this is something that I've noticed has been getting stronger over the 7 years or so that I've had BeamNG. The players, the YouTubers, the modders, they all share this unifying passion for one game, which stems from the fact that the developers have essentially created a whole fictional world. It's the same as, I don't know, Harry Potter fans or Star Wars fans, just instead of Ron Weasley or Luke Skywalker, we have the Gavril D series and the Bishu Pigeon. And because Beam does not use licensed cars, we'll take this as a plus. That just makes it easier for the developers. No brand can come to them and say, oh, we've just kind of realized we don't really want our cars to be smashed into a million pieces. Now, in the beginning of the video I said that the devs have some sort of master plan and that BeamNG is gonna become the most played driving game of all times. Frankly, it's not that far from that already. But you have tons of other games, you see, games which I said don't directly compete with BeamNG, but Beam is still sort of eating them all up, slowly. There's been very good examples recently with the dedicated updates. 0.31 was a trucking update, that's American Truck Simulator. 0.32 was a drifting update, I don't know, CarX Drift Racing, probably. 0.35 was a rally update, and now they're coming for the rally games as well. So, it all kind of, to me, seems very strategic, doesn't it? And because BeamNG already has the base for all of this, that being the advanced game engine the developers built, I really think it's about to become the universal driving game. Anyways, again, follow the link in the pinned comment below to check out the PIMAX Crystal Light. If you want a VR headset, I personally would not recommend anything else, seriously. Tell me what you think of BeamNG becoming the do-it-all driving game, and if you agree or disagree with my views, don't forget to tell me that in the comments. Also, I've got some pretty spicy new videos planned, so if you wanna kind of tell me that you want to see them, just give the subscribe button a little click. Anyway, for now, see you in the next one.